Hi, my name is Willem Ziada, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film, and also proud Phoenix Global Artist Ambassador. Today, I am thrilled to be speaking with the acclaimed artist, TRAUM DIGGS. For more on TRAUM, you can read more about him right below this video, but in the meantime, here's a sneak peek at the amazing talent of TRAUM.
It's that 70s flow, son. Sound like Yafe Kodo. Yo, this sound like that Yafe Kodo, son. That Beretta right there. Word. 70s flow. Born in the 70s and still bustin' moves like a young MC. What can I say? Good dungarees, jeans, clean living, esteem driven. On the scene cause I seen something missing. It's that new diction, slang editorial, memorial for any MC going toe to toe. Blow for blow the flow, smoking Joe Frazier major. Pen float across the paper like it's vapor neighbor. Ghost ride, I'm co-signed by no guy. It's courtesy of the most high like bow ties. Bean pies, final calls. Back at it like spinal cords. I am Lord, write classics when I am bored. Burn something, smoke louder than a lion roar. King of the jungle with a bundle of that jazz hop. Gaston and Diggs, we got it padlocked. Strength in numbers, but you strong as your weakest link. Better off solo if you thorough when your niggas ain't. You be in Soho, I'm in boroughs that you niggas can't. Go visit Dolo without Popo while you paying your rent. Taxes, extortion, hood ties, 10% of your fortune. Good lies, I'm hearing from rappers often. No hood ties, I'm worldwide, I'm bossing. Miss me with the flossing. You diss me, your career's in a coffin. If you garner a response, I will pawn De Leon on your world, drop a flag on it. And your girl is coming with me. Like, where's Frank? Where you think you coming with me? Get your stuff. Every word is rough, every rhyme is tough. Yeah. The world's mine, I'm right behind whoever great.
Well, hello, TRAUM DIGGS, how are you?
Peace, how's it going?
TRAUM, I'm doing so much better now that I'm speaking with you, and I want to know, my friend, where were you born and when did you realize that you had this amazing artistic ability?
Brooklyn, New York, born and raised, and I wrote my first rhyme around 10 years old, so.
Oh my goodness. Well, born and bred in Brooklyn myself in Bay Ridge, where were you born?
Oh man, East Flatbush.
I love it, I love it. Well, listen, my friend, you're such an amazingly, I love how unapologetic you are as an artist. And you know, one of my questions that I've been dying to ask you is, where do you get this ferocity for authenticity from? You've obviously done an incredible amount of work on yourself as both a human and an artist. Where do you get that drive to be authentic from?
Brooklyn, my parents, you know what I mean? My mom, my family, for sure. I would say my mom and Brooklyn, you know what I mean?
I love it, my friend. You could also be a stand-up comedian. But TRAUM, I want to know, you know, obviously this has been a tough 18 months for all artists, especially artists, right? All people, but especially artists. What have you been able to do during this time in terms of, you know, keeping your creative juices flowing and, you know, creating?
If I'm being honest, I've been struggling. I've been struggling. This is probably the least active I've been in, you know, what would be my professional career. Just staying inspired. I'm inspired by a lot of the music that I've been hearing, and I feel like I'm coming around to where I may, you know, want to jump back in and participate. But to be honest, I've been pretty inactive the last 18 months. But I have been recording my podcast, and that's kind of been supplementing the artistic work. I still get to be me.
Let me tell you, my friend, look at, I have talked with over 400 artists all around the world, from LA to New York to Beijing to Shanghai to Tokyo to Singapore to Australia. There have been so many artists out there, and some who have like these millions of followers that you would think, oh, there's the ones that are going to be creating they couldn't do it and they didn't want to push it. So I want to first thank you for being vulnerable in speaking your truth, because, you know, when other artists are going to be viewing this interview, they are going to, you know, probably feel some comfort that they're not alone in a time when, you know, we've all been dealt a trauma. And for some people, it's like it's not a race. And you know what, my friend, you know what I'm thinking for you? That when your time comes that you have that flow, my goodness, it's going to be like those 18 months were worth just being still, you know?
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, a lot of life has been happening, so I should have plenty to, talk about when I surface. But yeah, it's been tough.
I hear you, my friend. Well, listen, I'm curious to know if you were to give advice to your younger self, what would you say to him?
Worry less about setting yourself up in terms of backup plans, and just go for it. Give it everything you have while you have the energy to do so.
I love it. And you know, I'm also so curious about the inspirations and the influences you had growing up. Who were they?
Hmm. Um, musically,
Yeah,
well, I mean, I come from an era of, like, these people call it the golden era of hip hop. So my influences were like Rakim, KRS One, Big Daddy Kane, Public Enemy, EPMD, um, Slick Rick, just everyone from like the 90,
amazing.
80, late 80s, 90s era. Yeah, Tribe Called Quest, just everyone from that era. But then also like Bob Marley and Stevie Wonder and Marvin Gaye, and the Stylistics and just everything. Yeah,
Absolutely. I always love asking that question because, but what I love about your answer is that for you, Trum, the landscape of the genres are vast.
yeah, yeah.
Trum, my final,
I'm just like a music guy altogether. I just love.
I'm sorry.
I said I'm just a music guy through and through. Really, I
Yep.
love. Yeah.
Good music is good music. Um, you know, Trum, my final question for you, my friend, and before actually I ask it, I want to let all of our audience know, for more on the incredible Traum Diggs, you can read more about him right below this video. Traum, what are you most optimistic about in terms of as the world starts to open up, um, as an artist, as a human, what are you most optimistic about?
Hmm. I'm hoping for I'll take it outside of, my personal. I'm hoping for a resurgence in like message music. I think that there's so much going on in the world, and there's so much to talk about, that I'm looking forward to hearing less party music when things get back up and running and folks start really like getting active, releasing music again. I think we're gonna put down the bottles a little bit, and have some substance in the music.
I
That's what I'm
hear
looking
you. I mean, one of the people that you mentioned who are your inspirations and influences that were definitely beautiful messengers. Stevie Wonder. I mean, I hear you, my friend. But you know, I think that you're going to be one of those artists that when you're ready to have your flow moment, and again, no rush, but that I have a gut feeling that you're going to carry that baton and you're going to do it beautifully, my friend. Really.
I'm taking that and I received that.
Good. Well, listen, I am so grateful for the time that you took today to speak with me, Trom. And I'm glad that we're connected now and that the audience just got a little sneak peek about the man behind the music. Trom, thank you so much for your time today, really.
Appreciate you, man. Salute.